Well guys, I came out to the cabin this morning and found my first casualty. She was inside laying on her back on the floor of the cabin. I think she flew in that one window that was open and then tried to fly out a closed one. But she was hardly moving. And I've been giving her little bits of water, and now her eyes are open, so with luck she'll survive this little incident. Well, between watching the action at the bird feeders and my little friendly deer coming up to eat the blue jay food, I'm trying to nurse this little girl back to health. I don't seem to be getting much done down here at the cabin. But I honestly got to tell you, part of the reason why I built it is a place to relax and kick back, so I may just do that for a couple hours. Okay, if you see them little lips there, that's the weld when they join the two pieces of PVC or whatever material it is that they're using. I just like to trim it down a bit so that I get a little bit tighter fit when I put the trim on. I don't tend to picture frame due to the fact that most of the time they shrink and open up joints big time. I'll do it on interior trim, but exterior stuff I prefer to do the top over the sides and the bottom in between, as you'll see in a moment. That way it always allows water to run out. And I screw them together like this because when you're going over those flanges, they tend to want to separate a bit. So I like the idea of putting the pocket screws in. And that tends to hold everything together pretty good. This will be the top as it goes like so. As you see, nice tight joints with the Craig screws. And it's nice and stable. So let's go hang it. And that's all there was to that. I like to put the screws just on the other side of the nailing flange on these windows. That way it's still putting pressure against the flange, but not putting so much pressure against here that we split our joints. That's the whole reason of those pocket screws in the back side, is to try to keep everything nice and tight on the joints. Even though this is a pretty rustic building, it's just a bad habit or a good habit, one or the other of mine. So yeah, that dresses up the windows. There's one more thing I have to do, although I can't do it until I get my brake out, and that's put the flashing on the top of that piece of trim. I may have said it on a previous video, but putting these windows on the exterior of the board and batten, I have to flash this a little bit different. I know I got the tape underneath here, but you still have a chance of water running down behind and getting behind the tape. So what they came up with for these here is we take a saw cut and go along the top edge, bend a piece of metal down and in, and then you coat that top line. You only go about halfway into the wood with your saw blade. Only 7 more windows, plus the 8th whenever that comes in. So I'll keep continuing on with this and give you updates as I go. Okay guys, I got these 2 back windows and the door trimmed out, along with the east side of the building's window and that upper window. I will work on getting the rest of these trimmed out after I get some other stuff done. The other stuff being my buddy Ron came over to give me a hand to cut these 3 large popples out of the way. They're kind of interfering with the area that we were going to set the building, and I'd rather cut them out before the building gets set in place than take the chance and drop the trees on after the fact. So basically we're just tying a rope up as high as we can, wrapping it around the tree, and I pull while Ron cuts them down. Well, I'm sad to say the little finch didn't make it overnight after spending most of the day trying to hand feed it and put water down its throat so it wouldn't get dehydrated. But I guess that's the way it goes, wild little critters. But we sure did have some deer again this morning. A pair of fawns finally showed up. That was nice to see. And of course my scarred-necked little doe keeps coming around eating the blue jay food. And boy, do I got blue jays. They are everywhere. Come about 10 o'clock in the morning, they are raiding everything. Trying to get into the bird feeders on the porch here. Eating the grain that I put out for them on the ground. What the deer doesn't get anyhow. And just fun to watch them. I'll say one thing about that cedar, there's so many different colors in it that hard to blend any pieces together, so just don't even try to. There, I got the double window. I got the entry door trimmed out. Same with on the back side already, as I showed earlier, I'm sure. I just got that one window left. It's another little tip of the trade. Always try to do your longest piece first for conserving material. You cut your longest one, you always end up with cutoffs. Sometimes the drops off of your cuts there will actually fit on a shorter window. Oh, just another little tip. Okay folks, all the trim is on these doors and windows now. Yeah, it dressed up the windows quite a bit. Guys, I got the last window today, so I'm going to put that in right now. I can actually say windows are all in. I already had that frame built from earlier. So cool, cool, cool. Well guys, I got that window all dressed out, and the soffit run on this back corner. Unfortunately, I didn't get a whole lot done on the cabin this weekend. As you seen earlier, I did manage to get that other window and then the soffit run up on that one corner, trimmed out, battens on. So that definitely looks nice. But had to clean up this area. Had those 3 big trees that were kind of leaning right over where I'm going to put that building. And I figured it'd be easier to get it out now than trying to cut the trees down later and take the chance of dropping it on it. I thank everybody for watching these videos and the comments and stuff. I try to respond to all the comments, although I'm not always real quick about it. But until the next video, guys, I hope everybody's doing great out there. We will see you on the next one. Take care now.